Dead in hip hop conversations.
Like sit down, dead in
Hip hop conversations. Here with Night Wonder. What's good, homie? Peace to the age. Dead in hip hop.
I do see the conflict with Gucci Man going to speak to kids, but
My kid would have stayed home that day, straight up.
I think it's still a good thing that he's doing though, because at least he's depending on and obviously he has to have a positive message, right, to these kids. Don't judge.
I'm not.
If he's going to speak to kids, he's not going to go in there talking about, go put a tattoo on your face and shit like that. He's going to probably say, yo, kids, you need to do X, Y, and Z and blah, 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 blah.
That's like a positive speaker coming and saying, hey, don't do drugs, just stay clean, and then you up in there, just going crazy. They seeing you on TV or in the music videos going crazy.
I agree with you 100%.
And what's up with that?
And I see where you're coming from, but at the same time, there's the music and the art. And then there's the where you can separate that out.
Put yourself in a kid's.
No, I agree with Ken.
No, I agree with Ken too from an adult standpoint. Put yourself in the mind of a child.
Oh, you at that age,
that speech is gonna last for the duration of that speech, and then after this, you're gonna go right back to listening to his music. Now, which one are you gonna remember more? The speech where he said, "Stay in school, don't do drugs," or are you gonna remember his albums where he's saying, "Fuck school, do drugs"?
But at least you have something to conflict at that point. You feel
You
what
have
I'm saying?
some goodwill.
You know what I'm saying?
Goodwill. Come on, man.
No, I'm just saying. At least you do have that. At
You
least.
do have that, but that only lasts for a very short period
People
of time.
will judge him.
His albums are eternal.
If Spice One would have came and talked in my school, I would have been like, okay, yeah, cool, Spice One, yeah,
Right.
stay in school. The trick got no heart.
But
Running in the
also
crack
just-
house,
but
out the
Spice One
crack
also-
house, running. Walk past crack house, school and shit.
But then Spice One just tell you that that's just music. Don't take it as
But
fact.
you're a child, Ken.
as a kid,
You're a kid.
But it helps though. But it helps.
Come on,
It helps.
man.
Yeah, but as a kid,
man.
I'm gonna be amazed. But after that, I'm going right back
I'd
to
rather for
bumping
him
the
to make an
music.
attempt trying to do the right thing
I'd
and not
rather-
doing anything at all.
I mean, no, I do agree with you with that.
Yeah.
Something is better than nothing. But
as
at
a
the
kid,
same
it's
time,
gonna-
you're not really helping situations because all you're doing is you're giving an hour-long speech, but your albums are still there.
Yep.
And as a
And your next
child,
album talk
I'm
about
going
the
to
same
remember
thing.
your music before I remember that speech.
you spoke with. Yeah.
It was definitely your
Let's
urban
assume
kids.
it was urban kids, and then that's when it messed up.
Okay, so let's assume that Gucci was talking to urban kids. If you're talking to urban kids that see drug dealers every day, that see crack houses every day, that see people getting shot at every day, then you hear that shit in the music of a man that's in front of your class with an ice cream cone on his face. Now, not clowning, I'm just saying. But this is a man that's in front of your class with an ice cream cone on his face, and his music talks about all these things that you see, and then he's telling you, oh, that's not reality. I'm just making entertainment. You really think that, I'm not even gonna say a 6-year-old, I'm talking about a 13-year-old. You really think a 13-year-old is gonna look at Gucci and say, you know what, Gucci's telling the truth? No, they're gonna say, no, he's really in that life, but he has to do this for some reason. Or he's posturing to us because we're kids. They're not gonna believe him.
So what's the difference between like an inmate coming to school talking to kids?
A what?
An inmate coming to school talking to kids.
What do you mean?
Like, you know how the guys in prison come to school talk to kids? Y'all never had
Because
inmate?
an inmate.
I mean, not inmate, but like, yeah.
No, I
just-
feel you.
yeah.
Like an ex-con.
Right, yeah, just
because it's an
ex-con.
ex. The con is not currently, or you can assume he is, but you don't know for a fact.
Right.
Now, if the con was going around the town and telling everybody that he's shooting people still, and then comes to your school and says,
"Don't murder people."
don't murder people," it's the
But
same
no, they
fucking
don't.
thing.
But no,
It's
that's
same
the,
fucking
that's the
thing.
same situation with the rappers. They said,
Exactly,
Jay-Z
that's why I
have
said the same
said,
thing.
this is what I did to get to this point. You don't have to do what I did.
That's what they're coming.
get
That's
to
the
this
message
point.
that
But
they're saying.
is
But
Jay-Z
Jay-Z's
still
different.
talking about that?
Yeah, exactly. Jay-Z's
He's
different.
not.
He's not a good, because that's what came through my head, and I'm like, Jay-Z doesn't apply in this situation, because Jay-Z has completely left that alone. He doesn't rap about that anymore.
And you can look at that and you can tell he ain't really about that life no more.
Blueprint Jay-Z
But
is
but
different from
look at
without
Gucci.
Jay-Z.
These kids are not as dumb as it sounds like some people are giving or are making them out to be. You can look at the situation and you can say, oh, Gucci's saying I don't do this stuff anymore, but then how long ago did he kill somebody? That was what, 2-3 years ago, right?
Did he?
Was it even sooner than that?
Attempted murder or something.
Attempted murder?
Something like that.
Come on.
And then the thing he did with the chick that he pushed her out the car, like he lived.
He still
like
does these things.
Do the kids actually know that though?
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
it's public knowledge.
It's public knowledge. These kids know this shit. So you can't tell me that he's helping situations by doing all this stuff in real life.
Why can't they just
and then
look at him like a hypocrite then?
They will. That's the point,
But the
bro.
thing is,
That's the point.
it
They
all
will look at him as a hypocrite.
it all depends on, again, it all depends on who you're speaking to, because like what you were saying, if you're talking to like second, third graders, they're not gonna think like that. They probably don't even know what the fuck
That goes back,
means.
it goes back to Mike. It goes back to Mike.
You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna
When
say,
you're a
"Oh,
kid.
he doesn't do that. Oh, cool."
Right.
Then the song comes back on. Oh, he does do that.
Right.
As a 7-year-old,
But my thing is, at least he did his job.
So as that 7-year-old gets older, you know, does his mentality change at all, or do you think that he stays in that same?
It all goes back to what B was saying, because then it comes down to parenting.
Right.
Because
right.
then if let's just, for example, if your kid comes home from school and it's like, oh, we met Gucci Mane today. And you're like, oh shit, you're gonna fucking spaz, because he said it. He's like, I'll leave my kid at home.
I definitely would have left my.
You know what I'm saying? But if your kid just comes home and it's like, oh shit, you know, we met Gucci Mane at school today. What are you gonna say? What did he talk about?
That's exactly my
First thing you gonna say, what did he talk about?
What did he
tell you?
He talked about how he only makes this music for entertainment.
Right.
I'm gonna tell my kid, okay, cool, you should believe that. But first of all, my kid wouldn't be listening to Gucci Mane anyway.
Exactly.
But like this all goes back, like M said, you know, don't blame me because little Eric jumped off the terrace.
Right.
You should have been watching him. Apparently, you ain't parents.
Right.
That's
They're gonna
precisely
blame him anyway.
Huh?
But they're gonna blame him anyway.
But that's what I'm saying. That goes back to B's point. You can't blame somebody else for doing something when you, as an adult, should have been paying attention. I would have known prior that Gucci Mane was coming to speak at school.
Yep.
My kid would not have been in that room.
Oh,
Because the last thing I want my kid seeing is, first of all, I don't want my kid seeing a dude walking in school with an ice cream cone tattooed on his face.
They see it every day anyway.
But I know, but they don't need to see him at school. They can see him. They can see him when I have no control over it.
And the thing is,
Nah, man, like,
and the thing is, even if,
shelter your kid.
even if,
You
but the thing
are.
is,
If I am, but it's Gucci Mane. I don't need Gucci Mane coming to tell my kid shit.
All right, 50 Cent. Take Gucci
I don't
Mane
need
out
at the
of
end of the
it.
day. At the end of the day, if a random fucking, if he goes to the school and a random kid doesn't know who he is, he's automatically gonna be like, okay, well, he's a celebrity. This is what he looks like. He's telling me to do this, but he's already gonna be like a role model to them. So they're gonna follow that.
But I like the point that you made, like the fact that they came to school and they're gonna come back to home, telling the parents like, oh well, we met Gucci Mane today. Yo, what did he talk about? Oh, he talked about this. Well, yeah, that's what you need. Like the stuff you hear on the radio, that's not necessarily what.
Coaching tip.
It's a coaching tip. It gives you an opportunity to open up that dialogue with your child.
Or you can do it anyway. If you're a parent, you should already be doing it.
You can.
It does not
You can,
take,
but that
it
just gives
shouldn't take
validation.
Gucci Mane
I
to
get that.
bring that shit up.
And I'm not saying that it does.
Right,
I'm saying, but what it does do is validate and give
What you've
you
been
an
saying.
extra, what you've been saying. See, this is what I've been telling you. It is entertainment and it is that. See, he came to your school and said that. So now you can just I mean, I just
But then
don't
that
see
makes
this-
you look stupid. But then that makes you look stupid because then your kid goes and sees Gucci Mane throwing people out of a car and killing people, and then they come back and they say, "But Daddy, I thought you said it was just entertainment, but he just
But
killed somebody."
when do you see that though?
It's on the news, or maybe he goes to school and one of his friends tells him.
Gucci
Oh, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that Gucci Mane threw somebody out the car last week?
That could be anyone.
So
That
let
could
me-
be
But,
let me
that's
ask-
the whole point, Rod. You're saying that opens up dialogue. I don't mean to keep cutting you off,
Yeah,
B,
no,
but
you good.
I'm saying you keep saying that's going to open up dialogue, but at the same time, this little kid's gonna come back to you and go off what you said. Yeah, son, Gucci Mane is telling you the truth. That is just entertainment. He doesn't really do that. But then he goes and hears from one of his friends that Gucci Mane just shot somebody. Then he's coming back to you and be like, Daddy, you told me that wasn't true.
And then it goes back to B.
Right.
With the parenting.
There you go.
Right. So it's like, okay, say you talk to that, if your kids say, hey, I the Gucci Mane, and then you tell them, yeah, that's the difference, blase. They still do that or whatever. Who do you blame?
And my thing is even if he does do that after that,
Who do you blame?
It's just entertainment. Well, I would tell him, well, you don't need to be doing that shit. Period.
Who do you blame?
That's Gucci Mane. That's the lifestyle he lives. But that does give me an opportunity to open up that.
What you already said though, Rod.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, but it opens up dialogue. Either
But it
way.
makes you sound bad because you
No,
first
it
said
doesn't.
yes, it does because you first said that he doesn't do that. And then when Gucci
I
Mane
said
does
it's
it, then you
entertainment,
gotta
and
take your words back.
Okay, if I had to take my words back, that's life. That's I mean, anybody could change
Let me ask
who they
you,
are.
would you feel some type of way
but do
with
hip-hop
Chris
get blamed
Brown
for that?
talking to your daughter at school about domestic violence?
There you go.
No, I'm
There
just
you
being
go.
honest.
Like
what?
No,
like, would
no,
you?
fuck that. Let him finish.
Would you be comfortable with that?
If he said himself that it was a mistake and all this, I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Yeah, I get
you know what I'm saying? I was in, you know what I'm saying? I did it, you know what I'm saying? And it was a mistake, and you know you shouldn't do that. Who better else is it to say that than Chris
The
Brown?
person, I mean, yeah, you and hearing it from a celebrity, which at some point as kids they're gonna kind of look up to
Go back and
anyway.
beat up Rihanna again.
But that's not my fault. But that's my thing.
I'm just
But see,
saying,
that's
like,
my thing.
what would you?
But see, that's my thing. I can't control that. I can't control that. So yeah, if he proves me wrong, hey, whatever. I mean, yeah, I can't control that. That was him. So yeah, what you at the end of the day, just don't follow
your
Chris
dad.
Brown.
I'm not gonna back up any of that shit. I'd rather just
It's
take my
not
shit
that I'm
out of the
backing up.
situation.
I'm backing up the words that they said at the
Exactly,
place.
but those
I'm
words
not-
you end up eating them, Rod.
Okay, but I'm just saying, I'm not saying that's exactly what I say. Yeah, he said that, but you know, he may go out and do it again. Who knows? But I can just add that into my conversation. All I'm saying is that adds dialogue.
But that's Chris Brown. I'm going back to Gucci. Gucci is still currently doing these things.
Is he really currently doing
Yes.
it?
How long ago did he throw that chick out the car?
He just spoke to the kids last week though,
Right.
and the
But and he
situations that he
just
brought
went
up
on
was
Breakfast Club talking about ain't nobody fucking with him because what? They
that
gonna
was
be gone.
before this. That was before
How
they
long
went
ago
down.
was that?
Breakfast
How long ago
Club
was that? That
interview
Breakfast
was
Club was recent.
When did he go speak
Recent.
to the kids? I thought it was last week. I thought
He
I saw
did, but the
articles
Breakfast
last
Club
week.
interview was what, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Or no, I'm lying. It was longer than that.
It
Maybe a
wasn't
month
that
ago.
long.
Maybe
Yeah,
a
yeah.
month ago.
There was a couple.
Give me a timeline. Timeline. of
He
events.
spoke to the kids last week or so.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
Breakfast Club interview was maybe
about
a month
week-
ago.
It was about
Right.
2-3 weeks
So,
before
Right.
that,
when I'm-
and then the whole incident was like a year before that.
Right. So what I'm saying is that him speaking to the kids, he could potentially address all of those situations and say, hey, you know what? I made a mistake. Right? Because that's stuff that has occurred in his past. But since he has spoken to the kids, we have no record of Gucci Man doing anything silly.
Yes, you do, because it was a month ago where he was
No,
saying that
I'm
ain't
talking
nobody
about.
fucking with me.
I said after he spoke with the kids, not prior
It
to.
doesn't matter because kids are gonna go find that shit. And they're gonna be like,
They
wait a
already
minute.
know the shit, Mike.
They might not, Ken.
Okay,
After
if
he
they-
comes and speaks to them, they might go look this shit up and be like, wait a minute. Gucci told me today that he doesn't do this, but a month ago he was saying he did. So it's like,
No,
which one do I
Gucci may
listen
have
to?
said, "This is what I have done. I don't do this
A
anymore."
month ago.
Doesn't matter. If Gucci went in,
No, it doesn't, dog. What are you
How does
talking
it matter,
about?
dog? No, it doesn't matter. If
Lower your voice, bro. Ain't nobody yelling yet.
Before they call the police.
I'm not.
It's been a perfectly calm conversation.
You stupid. You stupid. Shut up for the color
I have a comment to make. How would you feel, Rod, if your daughter, I don't know, you got a kid too, but how would you feel if Gucci Man came to their school
Okay.
and he said, he filled their heads up with all this shit that he wants people to, the kids to perceive him as, and then your kid says, I want to go to a Gucci Man concert. What will you do?
Or I want to get a Gucci Man album.
Right.
Because he sounds like a cool guy.
He sounds like a cool guy.
I've been just telling the truth. Well, Gucci Man doesn't necessarily make that type of music.
Well, why is he making that kind of music, Daddy? But he's such a good guy.
I'll become a parent.
So then you're conflicting your child because Gucci Man himself just told your kids that he lives this life, that he wants them to do this, that, and the other, but then you won't let
So
him
you saying he
listen.
basically lied? He came there and lied? That's what you're saying?
I'll say it.
But
yeah.
I'm saying, but how you know this dude went there and lied? How,
Yeah.
I'm not saying
Because
there's
I-
nobody.
that's a
went there.
hypothetical.
All I
that's
can do
very
is base
hypothetical.
it. All I can do is base it on what I know of
Exactly.
Gucci. That's all any of us can do. So why should I give him the benefit of the doubt? I don't know him.
So you don't think he?
How many appearances to little kids or
So you seriously don't think
motivational
this guy
shit
went
has
to
he
school
done?
with
Has
a
he done?
positive message?
I'm sorry.
You seriously don't think this dude is capable of talking about a positive message? in
No,
school?
Michael Jordan would serve as a positive message for me and my kids.
Oh, shit.
Chronic gambling addiction.
Right. I mean, what the fuck? Like, people
But Jordan doesn't get in trouble for this shit. He got the money for it.
He can gamble all he
Shit,
wants.
Gucci
Exactly.
got the money for it too.
And if
At the end of the day.
if my kid wants to make a bunch of money and gamble, do it. But I don't want you in the street tattooing an ice cream cone on your face and killing people.
Right.
I don't see what you. I really don't follow what you guys are saying.
I don't see how. I don't think it's that.
Look,
detailed.
here's the thing, man.
I don't think it's
Gucci Man,
that hard.
at least what I'm taking from this, look, Gucci is still going to be Gucci, and Gucci is still going to do a whole bunch of this fucked up shit. Right? Because he hasn't stopped. He's done fucked up shit. He's gotten in trouble for it. He's done his time, and he's right back to it, right? what kind?
Not since the speech.
That was a week ago, Cam.
Exactly.
We can't. Yes, it does
no,
matter.
No, it does matter because
give him time.
Wait. Now hold on. I have not really said anything in this conversation. Let me get my shit out.
I want to say something too after you say your shit.
Look, as a role model, I have to agree with Mike. I don't want a guy that lives this way and then talks that way, and then he's always that way. You see what I'm saying? That's not bullshit.
I'm gonna tell you why it's some bullshit.
Why is it got to be bullshit,
I'm gonna tell you why it's some bullshit. Because like, I grew up around dope dealers, killers in my neighborhood. And they always came to us talking about, look, I do this type of stuff, you don't need to do this, and the third. That's exactly what he's doing in the school. It's the same shit.
No, look, my dad was a dope dealer.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So what? Okay, go keep on.
No, because I saw that other side of life.
All right.
And I made a decision from an early age. I'm not going that route.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I had like my mom told me a lot of things that I wasn't supposed to know at that age. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of knew the game. Like I knew, I can't fuck with this. You know what I'm saying? But that was my father. And that's different. But he never, outside of making money, he never had those type of conflicts. Or at least he did not bring that to the household where I saw that. The images that I know of my father outside of what he did to make money were positive.
Okay.
So
but you still knew he did
but he's saying he wasn't flaunting it in his face the way Gucci is.
Exactly.
And to your point, Rod, the reason it's not some bullshit is because fine, you grew up around drug dealers and they told you don't do this. That worked for you, Rod. That doesn't work for everybody. Some kid will see that, and even though he's saying, yes, I deal drugs, I kill people, but you shouldn't do this, they're gonna be like, well, fuck that. What you're doing got you that ride. What you did got you the respect in the street. I'm doing what you did no matter what the fuck you said.
But all I'm
so
saying
it's
is
not
help
some
somebody.
bullshit.
All I'm
it helps
saying is
somebody,
help
but
somebody.
it fucked somebody else.
Okay, but if nobody's talking about it, that can fuck people up too.
Right.
Because now you left coming up with your own ideas.
You know what? What we need is a different type of role model coming to the school and speaking. I don't need Gucci.
So you don't think
Would you feel some type of way with
all I'm
Jay-Z?
saying is that
No, I'd be fine with Jay-Z coming to
50
speak
Cent?
to. I'd be fine with 50, and I'll tell you why. Well, actually, no, I wouldn't be fine with 50. I take that back. I wouldn't be fine with 50. I don't know if I'd be fine with T.I. either. Because
like,
why is that crazy, Rob?
Why you don't want people that's actually in the game and
who can speak from experience?
Because they sound like hypocrites. I don't need them doing that.
I don't want somebody. I'm not gonna relate to somebody that I don't think that's not doing it. I'm like, this dude don't know what the fuck he's talking about. This is boring. But if I see somebody like
but you're gonna say, oh, but this guy's coming here and he raps about killing people, but he tells you don't do it. So therefore, I'm gonna listen to him.
So you rather have T.I. come to your school to talk to your daughter versus a doctor, a local
no,
doctor?
I'm not saying that. No, come on now. I'm not saying that.
But that's not like what you're saying, though, Rob.
Yeah,
I can't relate to that person. That's what you said.
No, I'm just saying that's from a different perspective. That's a doctor. The doctor's gonna talk about what he knows about, right?
Right.
So that's fine. That's perfectly fine. A rapper's gonna talk about what he knows about. A killer's gonna talk about what he knows about. So I'm fine with that person talking about what they know about. No, I don't want a doctor coming telling me, no, you shouldn't listen to rap music and all that. I want a rapper to come tell me that.
That's not what I was saying, Rod.
No, I'm just asking his question.
No, but I'm saying you shot down what I said. I said I would rather a different type of role model come speak to my kids. And you said I wouldn't want that because I can't relate to that person. That's what you said.
You misunderstood what I said. I was saying that I don't want.
That's why I was asking you to clarify it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that basically everything I just said. I don't want a doctor coming telling me about a killer. I don't want unless he's what I'm saying.
But nobody was saying that, Rod.
They can't escape the realities of a 50 Cent or a Gucci Man, period.
Of course
but
not.
at the end of the day, they're still listening. They still know what's going on. They're still going to watch the videos. So if Gucci Man is Man or 50 Cent or Plug In, whoever you want to go in there and say, hey, this is this.
But you know what? But that goes beyond that because that school should not allow that type of a Gucci Man. Like there's certain no, it's not. No, it's not. Look,
same thing because parenting and schooling sometimes they go hand in fucking
exactly.
hand.
You have to look, man. To raise a child, it takes a tribe. You know what I'm saying? It takes a tribe. It takes the school. It takes the principal. It takes the teacher. It takes the parent. It takes the friends. It takes the parents that of those friends. It takes everybody to raise a kid the right way. And as the responsibility of that school, it is up to them to bring in role models that have a positive message and also
Gucci's not a role model, dog.
Wait,
what you mean? Gucci is a role model?
I'm asking.
You about to shoot your point down, King.
Exactly.
You might want to evaluate
Look,
that one, bro.
To bring in
You
role
about to
models
shoot your
that
whole
kids
point down.
should be like and emulate. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't hip hop artists that shouldn't be there. I'm not saying this kind of all of hip hop. No. Because there are great role models in hip hop. What I'm saying is Gucci is not one of them. I don't
But
necessarily.
an ex-con isn't a role model either.
It isn't. Who?
An ex-con isn't a role model either.
No, I understand that, but that serves a different purpose, and it depends on how he's living at the same time. Because he's incarcerated now. He's not up to the same stuff. He's doing time. So if you did what he did, now you're gonna be in here for 75 years, bro, or your whole life.
All I'm saying is that's not a role model though.
I'm not saying that. I'm not calling that person a role model.
Portraying him as a role model by bringing him in and speaking to
The school's bringing in fucking real life experience. The fact of the matter is, Gucci is a celebrity, man.
What type of real life experience is Gucci talking about, bro?
His life that he lived, dog.
And what's that? And what does that entail? What does that entail?
You trying to tell me that shit?
What does that
You trying to tell me that shit is real? Are you
Why
trying
you
to
not
tell
answering the
me?
question?
No, time out. Are you trying to tell me that that shit is?
So calm down before they think.
Are you trying to tell me that shit is not reality? Are you trying to tell me that what Gucci has done is not reality, and that in their
That's
lifetime?
his reality.
But what I'm
That's his
asking you is
reality.
that what I'm asking you is that with Gucci coming into school or without Gucci coming into school, is there a way for them not to be exposed to that?
What's the difference of the school getting a local dope boy to come in and talk to these kids? What's the difference?
Up to the local dope.
Why
boy.
not?
I did. Why not? Exactly.
Why not?
No. He's not saying. Stop the shit. No. I see exactly where he's going, and I think you're digging a hole that's not gonna really you're not gonna be able to get out of.
Gucci.
You should really think before you go.
Because you're talking real life experience. Honestly,
Think
to
about
hear
it.
Gucci's story, I'd rather talk to a local dope boy to figure out what he's doing. Because
Think about
Gucci
it.
is so
Yep.
far removed from that. He just has the paper. He's like, hey,
Yeah,
go
you go
handle
do
this.
this. Exactly.
And then it's Gucci did it. It's a different life, bro.
Look at the Jeezy and Gucci situation. They wasn't doing it. They had their goons go do it.
It is the responsibility of the parents, and I
all know that
understand.
as
Wait,
the
hold
parent,
on. And I understand that sometimes the parents aren't there. But when the parents aren't there and the kid is at school, Gucci Man should be coming to that school.
But not all those kids are talking to the fucking local drug dealer, dog.
And I'm not saying that.
I will.
Oh,
Think about
okay.
it. Think about this. If you're talking about an urban community, a lot of times, anyone that grew up in an urban community can answer this question. Who were you looking up to when you were in that urban, poor,
Niggas
broke
that
down
had
community? Exactly. Who had the money? Thank you. So
And the
those
pimps.
were your role models.
Chicago.
Your role models were pimps and drug dealers and gangbangers. When you're that poor, you weren't looking up to Bill Cosby. You were looking up to Eazy-E.